But what we'd like to make sure that we are differentiating and making ourselves more memorable is knowing that you have a trusted source to go to.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah, and light.
And
What
lighting,
you do with the
it'll
light?
adjust for the lighting. It'll adjust for the lighting, but of course, when you have like larger events that require, let's say
Because
that you're having
eight
a
people
panel.
in a conference room. How the conference rooms
Correct.
are, you have a window, then you have a wall in the other
That's
side.
right.
So
That's
even
right.
me, you can see me right now. Half of my face is is
Yeah.
more
Well,
is more
I know
lit
that
than
you have
the
some
other
light
one.
coming. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. I got a
Yeah.
window next to
Hmm.
me, and my lights are in London
Well, my
at the
lightings come
moment.
from up above because you see
Ye-
my forehead shining.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
and but so how you solved out the lighting issue? Because not only the quality of the light has to be the position.
Yeah,
For a conference room with 8 people, it's
and
gonna
so
be tough, right?
that's part of our initial consultation also with
Ah,
our
because you
potential
send it the
customers.
light, but you also gonna
Yes.
tell the client, listen, this is where you have to put it, otherwise this is
Yes.
not gonna work. You
Yeah,
guys,
because
because when it's a corporate meeting, and especially if you're doing B2B,
correct.
the last thing that you want to look is if
They
you don't
gotta
have the
look
right
their best.
lighting, if you don't have the right
Hmm.
lighting, the right sound, it looks so unprofessional. We teach
Oh,
that a lot
and
in our workshop, by the way.
and that's fantastic to hear. And I'm
It's
glad
very
that you're
important.
teaching it because it
Yeah,
is
we
key.
teach
It's
it.
key.
We teach it to all
Yeah.
the entrepreneurs. The people think that okay, if you're gonna have a meeting, you're gonna have a business meeting, you go there with the suit and with the tie. But when you are in Zoom, then who cares about the song? Who cares about the thing? And let me show up in t-shirt in a
Yes.
t-shirt. And it's not. You
But
need to show up with a good light, good sound,
good
and
sound,
well letters.
especially.
Look at me, yeah. And even in my
Yeah.
girlfriend Lily, my girlfriend, she has a podcast,
Uh-huh.
and you won't believe at the moment she's in Dubai doing the podcast in Dubai, and you won't believe
Oh wow.
she took her computer, which is very heavy, and the lights and everything, in order to
Oh yes.
because to make sure that she teach personal branding, so to make sure that she had the best lighting possible, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I
No,
should do
and to
something
your
about my window, to be honest, because
yes.
maybe this broadcast is meant to be because we we need that. We know that we have to show professional all the time. That says a lot about you, about your business, about what
A
you do. So
credibility. Yes.
credibility.
Hmm.
So
And I think I see your girlfriend Lily in the background there,
yes, yes, you can see Lily
flashing.
there.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So
And to
go
your
ahead.
point, we also consult that way because lighting is one, but audio, oh my goodness. How many
Mm-hmm.
times have Jim and I been tasked to go and consult ahead of time, and then when we ask about their environment, we find out that, oh my goodness, three of your four walls are all glass, and that has audio effect for sure when it sounds reverberating against the
Mm-hmm.
glass, and it sounds echoey inside of the room. So we also have to account for
Big
that too.
problem. Big
Yes, yes.
problem. Big problem.
Hmm.
Nobody will get anything out of the meeting. Everybody wastes their time.
So correct.
In mine, if it's a boardroom between two countries, and you have this issue, and it's very
That's
very
right.
challenging. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, Rod, one more
Yes.
question.
Hmm.
Why uh these let's talk about tech businesses, okay?
Okay. Okay.
We one out of five people that come to this podcast, five step how to make the first million, are actually tech entrepreneurs. Uh,
Hmm.
and people might think that wow, because so many tech millionaires go to Harry's podcast, it's very easy to become a millionaire if I have a tech business.
Yes.
Um, And yeah, there are some is easy to scale. You can have more scalable. You can have a low barrier to entry somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But is it really that easy to become a millionaire in doing tech business, or you really need to know what you're doing? Because what nobody talks is that tech also had the highest rates of failure because of the
They do.
simplicity. Somebody else
Knock it
can
off.
duplicate or replicate
Yes.
what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, in order to differentiate yourself, somebody had to be behind the product. Someone like you guys
Yes.
had the pleasure to be your business partner that they really know what they're doing, and you actually have it's more about delivering this. It's just about building a brand, someone that it is an expert on this that will make sure
Mm-hmm.
that is flawless. So tell us about the challenges of building tech businesses, the pros and cons, and is it really that easy to become a tech millionaire? So people see the Jeff Bezos, they see the Google guys, they
Uh-huh.
see Apple, they see, and everybody says, "Wow, I'm gonna have a tech business and I'm gonna become a billion."
You know, Harry, that's a really great question. And for me, especially because I could say, wow, humbly, very humbly, that I was able to go and sell my first startup, and now Jim and I are working on this other one. But when we think about it as entrepreneurs, I think really the best advice when you're challenged about being that entrepreneur and getting those millions right away, it's helping yourself to be prepared for the uncertain. I really have to say that, and that comes in so many ways because it comes financially, sometimes emotionally, because there's sometimes when you're like, wow, I thought I would be already doing something in a month or in 3 months or so on. And that might be also stemming from how you operate, right? So these are the things where if it's the times are uncertain, it may feel like that your business is unstable. But what I really want to say is that if you, again, surround yourself with a lot of support network out there and stay grounded in what you're really trying to do on the mission of what you're trying to do with your business. And my gosh, one of the things that I think the biggest miss in a lot of what entrepreneurs want to do because they keep on saying, I want to build the product, I want to build the product. But the crazy thing is that they forget about who they're building it for, which is concentrate on the customer. And when you do that, you'll make sure that what you're building is really focused on that customer. Because if you're not solving their problem, they will not see the value on what you're trying to build, technology or not. If you're trying to go and reach your first million and you're thinking that, oh, it's got to be in tech, it's got to be in something else. No, really, the whole secret, at least from what I found, because I deal with a lot of other things and other than tech, it's always focusing on the customer. And when you can do that, um, you'll be talking to them, and then your marketing becomes very easy in doing that because you're really taking them into account as a persona. And then that you'll really, if you stay close to your customer, you can test your ideas with them. You can then manage your costs, and then once you have a good foundation, my goodness, it'll Jim and I have a saying, by the way. It's what we like to say is our success comes honestly from discipline in knowing our customer, not by just dreaming, right? It really comes from that. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
Rod, if somebody's in love with our conversation and want to find more about your product, the services that you guys
Yeah.
use, how people can find you, how this process work?
Sure. They can simply reach us on actuateav.com. We're out there live, and then one can avail of the services and offerings that we have there. And we also have our respective emails. We have a generic one, info@actuateav.com, where it'll reach both Jim and I. So it's as simple as that.
And
And
how
we're
the
happy to
process
have
works? So
the
you visit the
conversation.
website, and what you're gonna
Oh,
find in the
sure.
website? You find what?
Yeah,
What you're gonna find in the website?
yeah, you'll find our what we're all about, our service offerings about the different packages that I alluded to earlier. And then if you want to have or learn more, you can have certainly a conversation with us by simply putting in something into our contact form. And then we're all about sales, but we're about fostering a good relationship first. And the initial consultation is really the key. After we do that, then we understand what your needs are and put you into the right solution for your business, whatever that is. So, yeah.
100%. So, Rob, that
Hmm.
has been amazing. Thank you so much
Thank you so much, Harry.
for the podcast, and keep innovating, because that's the most important thing to work with experts, is that you can have the best experience. And sometimes it's not as expensive as people think, because you guys have a contract with the distributors, that with the company that provide that material, so maybe they can
Absolutely.
give you the equipment at a good price, and then you have an expert working with you at a competitive price, and it's very important for your brand, for the corporate brand, for the brand of the company. Make sure that every meeting you have, especially if you do B2B, even B2C, if you show yourself with a good light, with a good sound, with a good uh, background if it needs to, and the whole experience of the meeting
Yes,
become message can be shared clearly, right?
that's right. And Harry, if I may, one last thing I want to mention is that that consultation is key for us. But if I were to summarize what Jim and I have with Actuate AV, the really big thing is that we all build our differentiation on that building of that customer relationship. So there has to be initial trust. There has to be where we know that in the world of tech and internet, everything is fast and there's a lot of choice. But what we'd like to make sure that we are differentiating and making ourselves more memorable is knowing that you have a trusted source to go to in making sure that you get what your needs are, and then we're understanding what you're needing in your environment and what you're trying to accomplish. Once we put those together, we want to foster that relationship and make it a lasting one, you know?
Thank you so much. And with that note,
Yes.
Rods, once again, thanks very much. And for all of you following us in this broadcast, see you in our next episode. How great entrepreneurs like Rod break the wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.